Welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. Today I am going to explain about the current position of S&P futures. I think that since a few last trading days, S&P futures are facing stiff resistance at the current level. Since submission of my last video, I find that S&P 500 futures at a very critical juncture. The formation of an exhaustive candle in the monthly chart seems to be near its completion. Here you can see that I call it a exhaustive candle. If it turns into red, this is the live monthly chart of S&P future, and if this exhaustive candle turns into red and S&P future break this support level, we will find a steep downward move very soon. Let us have a more closer look on the movement of S&P futures in a weekly chart. Here you can see that we are currently trading at a very critical levels. We have broken our first support zone. No doubt well we are above this uptrend downward slope, but I find that this is still a critical level from where we can see a steep downward move of S&P futures in a short while. I drive this line and I find that S&P futures have taken good support at this level before moving upward, but here they faced a stiff resistance at the level of 2889, from where they came downward. They tried to move once again upward but faced stiff resistance at the lower levels and came downward. But now I find that once again, after taking a stiff resistance at the same levels, they are coming downward. Friends, when we find resistance at the same level, same previous levels again and again, we can't sustain for long at these levels. So I find that all these movements tend to be a downward move during the days ahead. Let us have a look at the same chart in a daily time frame. For a clear view, let us have a look in this decisive zone. You can clearly see that the movement of S&P futures are facing resistance again and again at the previous highs. After facing resistance at 2788, they are coming downward. No doubt they have taken a little support at this support line, but in case if they start to move downward once again, I find that this will be a bad time for the bulls, because the current geopolitical situation is not in favor of global economy. I therefore decided to conduct a study on the comparative movement of other metrics along with the S&P 500 futures. Let us have a look at the movement of S&P 500 futures, which I try to compare with the other indexes on a single platform. Friends, this is the volatility index in red color. You can see that currently we are witnessing that the volatility is going very much. So here I compared US 500 futures with volatility index, gold futures, US 10-year and Bitcoin futures. So on analysis of this movement in a weekly chart, I find that anyone can see that the S&P 500 futures, here you can see the movement after touching a stiff resistance at this level, they have come down and they are continuously facing resistance at these levels, and I find that volatility index has started to move upward, and I find that if the volatility index move and cross beyond 100% levels, it may lead to a equity crash. On the other hand, this is the Bitcoin index, Bitcoin futures. Here you can see a steep fall continuously, which may lead to a crypto crash anytime. Therefore, I find this zone, I call it a decisive zone, which starts from today and till 29th October. This period will be very crucial for the equity markets all over the world. Here I find that if we have a closer look on the movement of S&P future prices, we find that we have started to come down, and if the S&P future break first support level at these levels, and second one is this, here you can see, if S&P future break these levels, we will see a sharp downward move in a short while. And I find that the need of the hour is to to take care of the movement of all the metrics before taking any position. So now let us have a look once again on the movement of S&P 500 futures in the same chart in a 4-hour zone. Friends, these are the expected trading zones which I explained about in my last video, and here you can see that the S&P 500 futures have come below the 200 days moving average, and all other moving averages have crossed the 200 days moving average and indicate the continuity of a downward move of S&P 500 futures during the next few trading sessions. I find if we break this first support level, we will see a fresh creation of we will see a steep downward move. If S&P futures are not able to sustain above this first support line, I find that they will be forced to come down by a fresh shorts creation. Thank you friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, kindly subscribe my YouTube channel and share this channel with your more and more friends.